Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy EagleTears in the building, and welcome to another Dreams video. Now, I know it's been a while since I made a Dreams video, but I've seen that a lot of people have been viewing the first video on how to make a horror game, which showed that there is new dreamers on here. So I figured, you know what? Why not just continue to make tutorial videos on how to make horror games? And every time I go on YouTube and I try to look up how to make a horror game in Dreams, there's either no videos or they're all just outdated. So I'm like, you know what? I figured I'd just make some tutorials on Dreams on how to make horror games. And making horror games is one of my favorite genres to make, like in video games in general. So, but yeah, so with that being said, this should be a fun series. I'm gonna have fun showing you guys how to create horror games in Dreams, and hopefully you guys make some bomber horror games in the future. And yeah, okay, let's hop straight into it. So if you guys haven't seen the first video, then I would recommend you guys seeing the first video. But basically what we have here is we're inside this abandoned building, and then we have the monster, and he roams around looking for you. And basically what you have to do is not get caught. If he sees you, he'll start to chase you. And if you get caught, you get a jump scare. And then you start back from the beginning. So if you guys don't know how to do that, then make sure you guys check out the first video. But if you guys already know how to make that, then you guys are pretty much set to go. Okay, so now you have the basics. You have the monster chasing you, he's roaming around. Now you're probably wondering, okay, now how do we actually beat the game? Like, what's the whole objective of the game? Every game has to have an objective, and you should be able to beat a game, right? So that's what we're going to focus on today. So basically, all we have is him roaming around, he chases us, and we die. That's it. We can't actually beat the game. So first things first is what you want to do is you want to grab a microchip. Now, what you want to do is you basically want to have assets into your game. What I mean by assets is it could be any objective. So this can be a set of keys, maybe you have to collect notes, maybe you have to, whatever it is, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 3 different assets. So I'm just going to place a block, then back out, then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to make 3. Now remember, these are just an example, so your asset is going to be different from this. Like I said, it could be a key, it could be a note, any collectibles. So this is pretty much the collectibles. So I'm just going to place a microchip on each one, and I'm going to color them different. I'm going to make this one red, this one blue, and this one green. Great. Alright, now that we have our 3 assets, and remember, you can add way more. You can add 2, you can add 1, you can add as many as you want. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to movers and output, and you're gonna grab a text displayer. Then you're also gonna grab a number displayer. Great. And then you're gonna grab a variable. Great. And then we could label this objective. So I'm gonna label this collectibles. And then I'm gonna go into this layer, top left, top. And then, you know, you could just mess around with it. I'm gonna get rid of the background. I'm gonna change the font up. You know, just have fun with it. So now, once you press play, you can see we have collectibles. Alright, now what we're gonna do is We might as well delete these microchips real quick. Actually, no, keep them. All right. Now, right now, all we have is 3 blocks. That's it. They have no value yet. So now we have to make their purpose. So first things first, I'm gonna make it non-collidable. And then first things first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a trigger zone. And then what this means is that, and I'm gonna label this player. You can keep it on possessed controller sensor, or you can use your tag and whatever the name of your puppet is. For me, my name is main player. So I'm just gonna label that main player. There you go. So whenever my tag enters this trigger zone, then we can make it do whatever we want. So for an example, I want it to where once we collect this, then we grab a variable modifier. And we're gonna label this collectible 1. No, actually, no. We're gonna label this collectible. That's it. And then we're gonna click on add. And then we're gonna add +1. Now with this variable that we added over here, we're gonna label it the same thing as the modifier. Now this is cap sensitive, so make sure you labeled it the exact same way, or it will not work. And you want to put persisted in dreams. I'll explain what that do later. So now what you want to do is you want to plug this variable up into the number displayer, and then we're going to tweak our number displayer up, and it says 1. Oh wait, that's because we didn't plug it up. Okay, all right, cool. So now in order for us to gain a point, 1 point, we have to hit the trigger zone. So that's pretty much what that is, and that basically just carries that onto the variable. So we're just gonna try to match the font or whatever. I'm just gonna go with that. Again, you can mess around with this however you want. I'm just gonna line it up to my thing right here. All right, cool. Now we hit play, and as you can see, we have collectibles. Oh, the monster's on us. And as you can see, we have collectibles, and it is at 0. Now what we can do is we can grab the first asset that we created, and we could just place it in this corner right here or whatever. All right, so here we are. We got our first asset. Now, once we walk into it, collect it, just like that. Now, as you can see, when we keep entering it, the number adds up, and we don't want that, right? Like once we collect it, that's it. Like we want it to be gone. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tweak our variable, and we're gonna make it to where once we collect it, it gets destroyed. So now once we collect it, it's gone forever. And that's exactly what we want. So basically what we just did, and since we already created the microchip, literally all you have to do is just copy and paste it. Boom. Boom. Oh. Boom. Make sure our trigger zone's in the right spot. Yep. And now for an example, I'm gonna place that here, and this here. And now let's see how it'll look. Oh, remember guys, don't forget to plug things up. So we forgot to plug up the destroyer. There you go. Okay. And we're gonna bring this down too. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3. Perfect. See how easy that was? So just like that, we created our collectibles. Now what we're gonna do is save. So now you're probably wondering, okay, so we collected our collectibles. Now what do we do to escape? So great question. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna add an exit. So I want to make it a little challenging, so I'm gonna add the exit sort of where the monster spawns at. So I'm gonna create the door right here, so you guys can do whatever you want. Obviously get creative, or if you want, you can do what I'm doing, which is go into the Dreamerverse and grab any asset. So there's over plenty doors that you can use. I'm just gonna keep it simple, so I'm just gonna use this door right here. Let me just keep it nice and simple. Great. Now again, this door has no value to itself. It's literally just a door. It doesn't move. It can't do anything. So we have to add value to this door. And again, to add value to any asset, you have to grab a microchip. So grab a microchip, and this is where you put all the work into it. This is where you make it come alive. So great. So we want to make it to where once you collect all 3 collectibles, you're able to escape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a calculator, and a variable. And I'm gonna grab an AND gate. Great. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put calculator, and I'm gonna put equal to. So that means once we reach collect 3 collectibles, then it will be true. So you're gonna plug, and you're gonna label this collectibles, because remember, that's the name of our variable. I think it was collectible or collectibles. Let's check, because remember, it has to be word for word. So let's check and see if it's collectible or collectibles. And it was collectibles, so we're right. Because remember, if your variable does not work, it's because you misspelled it. So you always want to double check. So we're gonna plug that into A, and then we're just gonna show for an example, right? So for an example, you know what? I won't bring the door all the way back here, just to show you guys what it would look like. I'm just gonna grab you a keyframe, and then I'm just gonna color the door red or green, right? See, the door is completely green. Now, in order for this keyframe to turn on, we have to have 3 collectibles, and currently we're at 0. So we're gonna go here, 1, 2, and the door's not green because we're at 2, and then 3. And now, as you can see, the door is green. So that's how calculators work, if that makes sense. Calculators shouldn't scare you. And they also have greater than, so if you want to do greater than 2, you can do that, and just play around with it. But okay, so yeah, so we want to make it to where once you collect all 3 collectibles, you're able to escape through the door. So what we want to do is we want to grab an AND gate, And we're gonna plug that up to here. And then we're gonna grab a trigger zone. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. You want to plug the calculator into here, not the variable. So when it's true, this will turn on and the trigger zone. And then what you want to do is go to gameplay gear, and then you're going to add doorway. And then we're going to put leave. So what this means is that once we collect all 3 collectibles, this will be true, which will trigger this. And then once we land in our trigger zone, which we have to fix because that's way too small. So we're gonna, don't forget to label your tags too. And then adjust the trigger zone. So obviously once we get near the door, so I would say about right here, right? This is good. So once we collect all 3 collectibles and hit the trigger zone, we should be able to leave. So let's see how this works. Let's see if it works. So I want to leave, but I can't. It won't let me leave. But once I get all 3 collectibles, then I can leave. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. And oh yeah, and don't forget to save. Not only save, but don't forget to update. That's what it is. So you want to go to the dream reverse and you want to update. Alright, so let's see how the game plays. We have our collectibles. 1, 2, 3. And we're out. Now we hit the trigger zone because we didn't add another scene. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So you want to go to start creating. Then you want to go to new scene. And then for an example, we're just going to say, I don't know. Congrats. I know it's random, but it's just for an example. Do scene, game, and we're gonna put finished, fin. You wanna go to your game, edit, search the game ending scene you just created, and whatever you, so we labeled our door leave, so you want to label your doorways, plug it up here, and we should be good to go. Now let's make it into a game. Let's maybe place this here, and then the blue one can go in the other room. All right, let's go. We cannot leave because we do not have 3. Oh, there's the monster. He does not see us. Oh snap, oh snap, oh snap. We gonna have to walk around him. Nice, nice. Yup. And then we leave. And there you go. That's how you create a horror game pretty much. It only takes 2 videos to show you how to make a full horror game on Dream. Super easy. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I'm definitely doing more horror games. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a Five Nights at Freddy type game next. So if you guys want to see that video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.